Welcome back to the Scorching Hot Takes podcast, and today we'd like to welcome to the building some scorching hot guests. We've got Señor Pink in the building. Welcome, guys. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sir, would you like to introduce yourself?
I am Elliot. I'm the front man of Señor Pink.
I'm Nathan. I'm the bassist.
I'm Eddie, and I'm the drummer.
So, Señor Pink are a 6-person band, but we've got 3 today because I don't think we'd be fitting another 3 on the bed.
The 3 in the bed. There's already 3.
But as a band, who do you think your biggest influences are? Or you can go for some individual influences. I don't mind.
It's hard to pick a collective one because we're all so different. But I mean, I'm into like prog, rock, and metal, so that's my kind of biggest input. Well, me and Nathan both like that sort of stuff. So if he started like a metal, we could make some heavy music. Yeah, yeah. And in terms of drummers and everything, like, I mean, people like Mike Portnoy and Gavin Harrison, those are like big inspirations for me. And Mario Duplantier from Gojira.
Ah, he's got it on the t-shirt.
What a legend.
Got it on the t-shirt.
Yeah, I wish I could play like him, but yeah.
For me, it's sort of all over the place, but I like post-punky stuff.
You'd be happy with that, won't you?
Yeah, that's better.
I don't know, yeah, like Talking Heads. Yeah, again,
Good choice.
Again,
We've got a lot of t-shirts going on.
On the
Good
shirt.
t-shirts. Oh, I'm just stripy today. That's not very good, but I could definitely get behind a bit of Talking Heads.
Yeah, Talking Heads I love. But all over the place, Velvet Underground. I love Beatles.
He's your kind of guy.
Good guest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be on every week at this rate.
Yeah, obviously I love Joy Division.
Oh,
going.
it's close a bit
also-
now. Oh, no.
I don't know. So it is sort of all over the place. Like Radiohead, I love. Pink Floyd, all the sort of basic music stuff.
For me, I think I'd probably go more with who like feeds into my writing, because me and Elliot, us 3 write a lot of the songs.
Yeah.
So I'd say like in the newer stuff, like because the 3 songs that we have out are like kind of alt rocky and then just basic punk pretty much.
Yeah.
The newer stuff is more like noisier, so like
Good.
Black MIDI and like all that stuff. So that's probably from a writing standpoint. Bass, it varies. Metal, like there's a band called Archspire, which are technical death metal. The bassist in that, Jared Smith, he's insane. He does a lot of tapping stuff, which I've recently gotten into. But then like funk-wise, like Joe Dart from Wolfpack, he's great. And then there's just a lot of bassists, which I don't know their names off, but
Yeah.
they're just like what's his name?
This is a me moment.
The guy from
Dude, come on.
well, Les Claypool's one from
Yeah.
Primus. I've forgotten his name. No, but it's a wide range, and like it's hard for me to pinpoint. Man.
Yeah.
He's a good bass player.
If it comes to at some point in the
definitely.
episode, just shout it out. No matter what we're talking about, just say your name. We're like, what are you talking about? The bassist from earlier, and then we'll let
He's in
him.
Weather Report. Oh God, he's the
We
legend.
need to have most podcasts have like a producer behind the camera who always Googles stuff for them.
Oh, what's his name?
We need
Jamie. HMI, Jamie.
It's true to just sit there and just Google shit for us.
brought Jake.
Yeah, you need Joe Rogan,
sitting
Jamie.
there in that corner.
Yeah, over there.
Just shouting answers that.
How cramped our
from the
setup is.
depths.
But yeah, I think it's important though, isn't it, like in a band to bring your own sort of influences. Do you think that you definitely all sort of contribute in your own way to that, as you've just sort of mentioned?
Yeah, I think it shows in the music, to be fair, because a lot of people, when they listen to it, think it's very metal. Some people think it's more punk. Then we've got stuff that even goes like softer.
Yeah.
I think it is just like sort of varying influences. From everyone.
I think that the more that when we started as a band, it was pretty much like, let's learn a few covers. We did like Foo Fighters, Queens of Stone Age.
Yeah.
You know, kind of setting the groundwork of what do we like as music.
Yeah.
And then as we've gone on and on, it's like we found each of us like more niche things.
Yeah.
It's like kind of culminating it together.
Yeah.
And like, well, the sort of newer stuff it's newer for me personally, musically. I've got into it more because of what these have like started writing ideas wise. And it's like, it's new for me trying to play drums to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's pretty fun to learn and to listen to. And like, yeah, it's good. It's good just to we just like make music as whatever we want. Really, there's no like sort of we have to stay down this rabbit hole of like alt rock or whatever.
Would you say? I mean, considering like when you see like in record shops and stuff when they do like the person's like looking to form a band really into like this kind of music. Do you think it's better to like try and form a band of people that are really aligned musically, or mixture so you can align and make your own? Because you have a very unique sound, so it's clear to see that you have different tastes because you can hear it in the music.
Yeah.
Whereas like bands that all like the same thing, they just sound like the thing that they all like.
Yeah.
Because like if you say you're like trying to make like a jazz fusion band, you need like some of the best musicians you can find because it's very particular to that genre. But like for a lot of more modern bands that are like genre like blending that play a lot of stuff, it doesn't really matter. And I think it's kind of like a side note to that. It's very important for a band to like just jam with each other for a while. I think if you go in with the mindset of like, we need these people, we're into this, we're going to make music like this, it doesn't really work. Because most of the time it won't sound as good as the things you want to sound like. So you need to make your own sound.
It needs to be organic process.
And you probably bounce off each other while jamming and stuff, weren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we first like got together, it was all jam stuff. Like we didn't write a song for months.
We only wrote Rusty Old Tavern first year, I think.
It was right at the end of first year, like May. So we'd been together for like maybe 6 months, 5-6 months.
Right, yeah.
And like I said, it was just covers and like the amount of jam loops and stuff we have on like voice notes.
Yeah.
The Jolly Roger jam was crazy. Anytime he leaves the room, I'm straight on his fucking bass.
Do you reckon it's much, because I mean it probably is, but like it makes sense to practice jamming and just the chemistry building before you start trying to actually formulate, not making your own stuff and also covers? Because I assume like even if it's just covers, even though you don't have to do any of the writing or anything, actually like getting with each other's flow and just learning how each other work, you kind of need to understand that surely before you can actually mix together while performing.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, because there are some bands where I reckon like the people barely even speak outside of being in the band maybe. Yeah. But for us, we're all like very good friends. And I think the initially jamming like together for so long, sort of, and just knowing each other for so long made us more comfortable to try more things out musically and like introduce more to the table and to new music and things like that.
Yeah, I think as well the jamming aspect speaks in your live performances. There's a lot of instrumental passages, which are personally some of my favourite bits because you're all just jamming out and it's really authentic.
Yeah.
What is maybe your favourite part of your live performance if you had to pick one bit?
Current set. Should we go current set?
Yeah, current set.
Oh, God.
Put you on the spot, but that's what we're all about here.
The second song we play, which we call Tool, because it is pretty much just a Tool song. I do love playing that song because it's in 7. It's not that hard 7. Like it's not that complicated, but there's just a lot of moving parts and it's fully instrumental. Yeah. But I think that song specifically, it doesn't have vocals, but it still flows very well. And like your attention like grabs to it. Maybe not the verse, because the verse maybe needs a few more layers. But like I really like the chorus in that song because the sax over top is almost like a vocal line. So I think that'd probably be my favourite, like of where we're just playing our instruments and letting the music just like speak for itself.
My favourite, you know the bit where I'm almost like rapping?
Yes.
Right. Like, that one's always fun to do. Yeah. And then, that part's crazy, and then it's like speeding up and speeding up, and then it goes into all like the noisy bit.
Yeah.
That's definitely my favourite bit of the song. On harmonics.
Oh, right, yeah. I hate that bit because like it's really tiring for me.
You wrote it.
Yeah, well, I don't know what my favourite part is. I actually hate all of it, honestly. Like
you complain too much, I reckon.
Well, it seems like it.
Yeah, I don't like any of the music. Honestly, like I do like playing all of it. I don't think there's any point where I'm like bored.
Yeah.
At least I try.
That's probably a good thing.
I know. Yeah.
In trouble.
Yeah, I try and make drum parts that obviously serve the song first and foremost, but I also like making drum parts that are fun for me to play.
Yeah.
And also bits that I can improvise each gig slightly differently, so it's never the same, like just all the time. Like it's like a jigsaw But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't really pick a favourite.
Yeah.
There's probably ones that I prefer playing more than others. But
Yeah, I was putting you on the spot there. I think for you, my favourite bit of yours is, when you have like that little like drum solo bit where all the other layers drop down and you're just going absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
You showed me a video of that bit, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I got that on video last time. That was
Well,
that
that's
bit was class.
one of our like early songs.
What Epps?
Yeah. I wrote that like by myself in college.
Yeah.
And it was when we first like started like having to act like a proper band. It's because Nathan signed us up for it's because he signed us up for Battle of the Bands. So that forced us to actually make songs instead of just jamming together.
Yeah.
I was thinking at that time, like, I do love jamming, and like we were having a lot of fun with that. But God, my voice keeps cracking. It's awful.
Don't worry, it's normally Max doing it.
But I did kind of want to like progress as a band, and I because it came through. It was through the uni, a New Age fundraiser were doing it, and so we got an email through just through the uni, and I saw it, and I was like, right, I'm just gonna. So I did ask everyone first. I didn't just sign us up. But we didn't win. There were 6 other bands. We didn't win. Can't believe it. The band that won aren't playing anymore. So.
Well, what does that say? What does that
say? Longevity. Salah's better than
slow burners.
But yeah, because it was like a 5-minute set, so we had to just drag up any music. And I was like, well, I've got this song that I wrote in college that like I never finished.
Yeah.
So it was just like, that'll do. And then we come up with, so we sort of play them as one song, but the song before that, they were the first 2 songs we ever like.
Performed live. It wasn't the first
live.
songs we wrote, but it was a song for Carol and what did we call it? Susan Farewell. They're one song because we play them together. To be fair, we probably wouldn't have played them together if it wasn't for the Battle of the Bands, because it was 5 minutes and then that was 3. So we're like, fuck it, let's just write another song. And then we just started playing them together the whole time.
As a upcoming band, I just think we should probably talk about upcoming bands, especially in Leeds, because we like to support local bands and everything.
Yeah.
Have you got any local bands that you are big fans of that are upcoming as well? Or do you just hate everyone else?
We'll shout out Twin Size.
No, we won't.
It's too late now, he's already said it.
We're good friends.
We can bleep it if you want.
Twin Size is shout, by the way. Like, he's terrible. I don't know
I like this. This is good.
I don't know if anyone's been to like any of their gigs.
I haven't.
Yeah, the sax player's like...
Not play. But like, he's awful, genuinely.
So guys, our sax player is called Finn, and he looks very similar and has the same name as the saxophonist in Twin Size.
I get it now. If you get it.
I was about to say, but I was letting the joke go on.
But no, we're good friends with them, and
do you want to explain
really good.
what that? Because there's someone that's just in every band that we've noticed, and is in Señor Pink and many other bands that was the joke. Just wanted to explain that because I didn't get it.
Well, at least the audience get it now at the same pace as you.
It's like a 5-minute like play-by-play of that joke just to analyse everything.
We're going to pause the pod now, guys, and go through that joke just to explain it.
Yeah.
But no, they're really good. It's like shoegazy stuff, and Emily, the vocalist.
Wait, did we see them? Did they do that Tuesday night thing?
Yes, you have seen
my
them.
fault.
Yeah.
What did you say?
They did a free gig in the...
They did it in the Hive.
Yeah, in the Student Union.
A while ago.
I saw him, obviously.
We were there. Me and Eddie were there.
We were just kind of like sat at the back.
Yeah, we were just sat in the back mysteriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, as usual.
With me and Nathan were getting the pit going, like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good.
Flying kicks, elbows, bang, bang.
That's the metal influence coming through.
But Until Joy, of course, we're good friends with. Apart from ones that we've played with, like just ones that I love in the local scene, the Oids. I don't know if you've heard of the Oids.
I've not heard of them.
I haven't checked them out yet, but
they're fantastic. They've just brought out like an EP, like real weird. I don't even know what to call it. It's like noisy stuff, and Fuzz Lightyear as well.
good name.
Yeah, that's like industrial noise stuff.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Yeah, I think they've got a few tunes out. They're on like the same label as like English Teacher and stuff like that.
Oh, cool. Right,
so
cool.
I think, yeah.
Do you like English Teacher?
Yeah,
we like English.
Yeah,
Teacher.
Yeah.
We can't say how.
Or
Yard Act.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah.
Wait, all right.
You can answer that.
What would you say?
English Teacher, easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good harmonizer. So why English Teacher over Yard Act?
I think Just
say whatever you want. We're on the Sports Not Takes podcast. You know
that. Yard Act. They're like first EP I listened to and like liked, but I thought the album it's all a bit too samey. I thought they upgraded on the second album. I think it's like far better.
Yeah.
But I'm still taking English Teacher. I think they've got more potential. I think there's more going on.
Yeah. See, this is what I've said.
I think a stronger front woman.
Yeah.
And
Fontaine's great.
We met her.
We've also met Yard Act.
She's lovely. She's so nice.
Yeah, I can imagine.
We saw Yard Acts at Leeds Fest, and then drunk, obviously, and then
Wait, didn't they play at like 1 p.m?
Yeah, it was like 9 a.m. start. It was just from the night before we hadn't started drinking yet.
Okay.
But
not true.
We were walking back, and then we just saw the guitarist who's got an interesting pit, the one with like the slick back hair and the mutton chops and everything.
Right.
I just went up to him and was like, "Oh, you're the Yard Act guitarist." He was like, "Yeah." And he was so nervous.
And then we were going, "You've got 2 new biggest fans, mate." So drunk and just fully glazing.
I think I agree. I saw English Teacher. Were you at when they did it in Student Union? Live at Leeds.
I saw them at Jumbo Records. Actually, they did like a free gig at Jumbo.
Yeah,
Records.
they did it after. Was that after? As in, like on the same day?
No, they did. I can't remember where it was, but they did DJ set on it after a live.
It was. Yeah,
Jumbo Records was a different day.
Yeah. But yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, we've got tickets to see them in November as well, haven't we?
Sound.
Opinions on the North?
The North?
Mm-hmm.
What, the band?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've only seen them when Billy, the frontman, did an acoustic set.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's
didn't know they did
the
that.
only time I've seen anything from them.
I've not seen them live, but I met them as well at Live at Leeds.
You were waiting to drop that in there.
To flex that as well. Yeah, I think they're very promising, personally.
Definitely.
And I only met Billy and Kirby, but they were both lovely guys as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, who else have we got? Because there's so much going on at Leeds at the minute.
One of my personal favourites, have you heard of Flat Moon?
Oh,
we heard of Flat Moon.
Mate, I've got on a shirt.
Good response. Oh, great.
Yeah,
I've seen them a couple of times.
We saw them at the Domino. It was it was really fun.
That would have been
we saw them at Book Club. That was insane.
Such an entertaining set. So energetic.
Live. I really
you've got to.
They were playing like the other day and these didn't go we didn't end up going. But I was gutted. Like they're so good. Their new song as well is
and you think you saw us or whatever, however you say that.
It's absolutely minting it.
Yeah, it's so good.
The first time we saw them was also at Live at Leeds, and I was just drunk and tired and ready to go home and throw up everywhere. And then I just wasn't into it, and I just couldn't be bothered. And then because I did that, we have like this thing where we're so stubborn with our opinions. As soon as we've got an opinion, we refuse to change it. So then Sam was like trying to get me to listen to it. I was like, this is shit. And then we went to go see it with the Domino, and then Sam was just like looking at me every now and again going, how shit is this? I'm like,
good, aren't they?
It's all right. It's fine. It's good. It's amazing.
I'm in particular, when I like something, I just want everyone else to like it.
Yeah.
To the point where, especially with Max, obviously, we're always talking about music.
Yeah.
Trying to push it down his throat. Pause. But when we went to see him in the Domino, I was just kept looking across to him and I was like, please just look like you're enjoying it. And then he actually then came to admit that it was absolutely
they're just so fun and they're so like good live, like presence wise.
Yeah.
The Messiah.
The frontman's just he's insane.
Yeah. And also
actually though, like I actually think he might have something.
He writes amazing songs. So it's got to be something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I just love his voice. I like he's got a good range to it.
And when he screams, every time it's just perfect.
Yeah.
And also, have you seen when Scarlett, the sax player, does that like improvised bit with the little, I don't know what you call it on a saxophone, the little lip, and she does that.
The reed.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, and she's doing that like little like.
The first time I saw it, I didn't realize there was a reed. I thought she was just like doing it with a voice, and I was so confused. And I'd only had 2 cocktails.
But just stuff like that.
Yeah,
stuff like that just makes it so much more exciting. And it's cool.
Like me and Nathan have said, like they should be bigger. Like we're surprised they're not.
Yeah.
Like huge.
I think they'll go.
They're not going for the commercial route, so that's why it's obviously going to be more difficult. But they'll definitely be the kind of band that has a cult following. I
feel like they're one of the bands though, where like even though it's not a commercial sound, I feel like I can't see how anyone wouldn't like them. And like
it's similar to like a Black Midi, whereas they've now got that sort of critical acclaim and a large fan base, and then that's even carried into Jordy Group's solo work. So I think it could be similar to the worlds of that. You are always burping and you're only drinking water.
Yeah, I think with stuff like that, which I guess could be like a positive of sort of like modern music.
Yeah,
is I think fan bases like that probably a lot more online rather than.
Yeah.
Obviously I've met like Nathan and stuff, and he's into Black Midi and what have you. But like I'm not gonna run into like a Black Midi fan in like Asda. You know what I mean? But like online, there's plenty of there's plenty fans of music.
Yeah.
You find the community online more than in person, I think. And then when they've got a gig, like they all come together, and it's like it's
awful
and smelly. Yeah.
Well, I suppose now
in a good way.
We were talking about this yesterday, but less of a like reliance upon like record labels nowadays, so that bands with more sort of creative freedom can
100%.
like push themselves. So I think that's important for bands like Flat Moon, and like Black Midi and stuff like that. I think that is important.
I mean, we wouldn't be able to release our music if like you couldn't just do it yourself.
Exactly. So it's beneficial for you guys as well as probably like most bands around your stage, and around like our age group.
Yeah.
Because you can literally just do it from at home on your phone.
Yeah. Of course, then like it's a lot more oversaturated maybe because anyone can make music, but I still think it's.
So anyone can make a podcast. Podcast equipment should be less accessible.
It's all rented from the uni. We don't own these massive cameras.
Maybe one day we'll do a Patreon and you can all give us millions of pounds. So we can
what would be your like exclusive thing if you had a Patreon?
Naked videos.
That's OnlyFans. Oh, we got one.
Depends how much it is, though.
What would you pay?
We have thought
how
about
much would
this.
you pay?
We could film like an exclusive one after this if you want. Like,
No,
we're already here.
No, as in we've thought about Patreon, like as a thing.
Oh, I thought you were on about naked videos.
You thought about it, obviously.
No, you were the one just announcing it. Anyway,
popped in my head straight away.
how much would you pay?
What are we talking
if an
about?
actual Patreon or like naked video Patreon?
Two separate answers.
Okay, naked video, anything. Actual Patreon, probably.
We've got a life.
I mean, I guess like usually I think Patreon should be like if you had 3 tiers, like maybe $1 tier where like you only get to see like maybe the post or something.
Boom.
And then like
five of the full package.
and then a 5 and then like a 10 or maybe more. Just
100.
like 3 sort of tiers and then like you make different content for like each tier.
But it's something we're looking into.
We've got an idea as well for something that, not necessarily Patreon, but just for something that we want to start doing as a series. So I thought this is a good idea because we can actually try and sort it out. Of doing like things where we obviously have guests like you, but we're going to start doing things where like bands can reach out to us and get us to come to their gig, and we'll do some footage of the cameras at the gig. So they've obviously got footage,
right?
And then we can do like a review on the podcast of like what we thought. But we'll be brutally honest. So so like we could go see like Bilk, for example, like they could come and film us, and then we could film it and be like, really enjoyable gig. I spent an hour laughing my head off.
We talk about Bilk all the time.
Have you listened to the new album or any of it?
No, I have not.
There's a song on it. Wait, I'll get my phone out. Start talking. There's a song on it called Slag. I just want to read you some of the lyrics.
Oh man, the lyrics are actually diabolical. Like I can't write lyrics, but nah.
You could more. You could do better.
I could try.
I think like, I mean, their music's awful, but like it is just general like Oasis slop. Like it's a lot of bands have done like the Britpop thing.
Yeah.
Shame they're from Essex, but it's just the Instagram that pisses me off because I'm already not a fan of.
Do you know what the new album's called, by the way?
Essex rock and roll.
Yeah.
Have you got the lyrics up?
Yeah, I'm getting.
I read that as like E-sex, drugs and rock and roll.
Yes. That's meta as well.
Here we go. I came up with a plan to try and shag as many people as I can.
Fuck off.
So let's all just have sex and make the most of life. And why is it wrong for girls, but it's okay for guys? So let's just all have sex and make religion mad. Because these are the best days that I've ever had. So I guess I'm just a slag.
Who's this, Aristotle?
Mate, this is if Lewis wrote Señor Pink lyrics.
We have to tell you. So Lewis, our second guitarist, he said at one point, I think we were just like gone out for like a smoke break during like practice or whatever, and he said to us like, because we had only written like a few songs, and he said to us like, guys, I think we should just like write songs about love. It's what every other band is doing. It's just more marketable. Us three just looked at each other and just laughed at him for like a minute. I couldn't believe it.
The fact that you've gone from that to talking about love songs though is not the same conversation at all.
Absolutely
I'm not sure he was thinking
maybe that
lyrics.
Yeah, no, maybe not.
No, that's
my album of the year anyway.
Dirty.
You've ruined it now. It's gonna be great content. It might change. Yeah.
We've been talking as well about other ideas about like trying to do, because we've had a few people request it, a top 10 albums video just in general, our top 10 albums of all time.
Not possible.
And we were saying like, it's so hard. Could you like physically do that?
No.
I think I could like, if I like looked at it of like ranking as from a child up to now.
Right.
And appreciating the albums I used to love and had a big impact on me that I might not love as much now, but I have to put them in there.
Yeah, that's
for like the impact they've had on me.
Difficult.
Because like, well, we were talking like before.
Yeah.
You know, it'll change year by year.
Yeah.
But I think there's maybe like, there's definitely 10 definitive albums that I won't listen to them all the time, but like they've definitely had like a massive impact on me. And I think I could rank my 10 most important albums. Might not be my favorite, but I can objectively look at the albums, you know, that I've listened to and thought this has made me like music.
That's a good point actually. Because when I was thinking about it, I was thinking like current. I didn't even consider doing like of our life, because I'd have to put Nevermind the Bollocks in there. You probably would as well.
Nevermind the Bollocks, absolutely.
But it's
not.
so important. No, listen.
That is bollocks.
No,
that would not be my top 10.
But for me, think of how important that album is for me, you and Drew.
It's
The Invisible Man, by the way.
Drew's our other friend. That's not here. It wouldn't make my top 10. It was an important part, but there's definitely more important albums from my like childhood growing up. That Whole Lotta Red, for example, by Playboi Carti, I understand is like not. It's not.
It's all right.
It's not the most like critically acclaimed album, but that just
the most dick rided album.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But for me, I was one of those dick riders.
Yeah.
It's not. Well, I haven't. Well, not as much anymore.
Say it with chest. Just say it with chest.
I love Whole Lotta Red. What do you want me else to say? I'm talking about it right now.
I think it's fair.
But something like that, if we're going all time, would land in my top 10. Is it top 10 best? No, probably not even top 1,000. Definitely.
Of course, yeah.
But for if I'm going top 10 personal, like, I actually would not be able to ignore
I think
that. It's like you were saying, you sort of grow up listening to stuff and what has an impact on your life. That is probably one of the most impactful albums on my life, regardless of how it is.
I think
it's the same for me. Like, I think it wouldn't make my top 10 best, but Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance, I think is one of the best albums ever made. But it's just because like middle school, you know, when like all the emo stuff, it's more like emo rock opera, but it's just such an important album. I do love the album, but then I'd rank other albums in the top 10 like best. Like,
because if we were to do it, we'd actually have to do. I think top 10 best would be actually harder. Top 10 favourites would be easy because I could think of.
So I meant favourites.
But it's just an interesting point because if I was doing best, obviously something like Whole Lotta Red wouldn't make it. Top 10 personal favourites, so it'd have to be in there.
Right.
And it'd probably be top 5 just because of how impactful it's been.
Yeah.
So it just depends whether if we do it objectively or just completely personal.
Subjective, yeah.
Because if we were doing it personally, that Instagram post
the thing is,
would
though,
probably lose us all our
I think I'd find personal top 10 easy than objective top 10 because I'm terrible at being objective. Like I wouldn't physically be able to put Thriller in my top 10. Like because I would just, I'm genuinely convinced that like.
But Thriller's not even considered one of the best albums.
Like
as an album.
It's
the most sold album, but like it's because it's just full of hits.
Okay, let's think of another one.
That means it's like great.
Anything like is there any Phil Collins albums that would be considered one of the best albums of all time? Because that would not even be in my top thousands.
Best concept down, you could have The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway.
The Wall.
Any of like the Beatles, you know.
Yeah, we're massive fans of the Beatles.
Are you not?
These lot don't like them, man.
I like the Beatles.
I didn't say I don't like them. I don't like Ringo.
I don't ever like listen to them though.
Yeah.
Like,
neither. I literally appreciate them. I'd never listen to them.
Favourite Beatle?
I love the Beatles. It's got to be Paul or George. George, maybe.
I agree, Paul, because he's the one that's done all the experimental stuff.
Yeah,
mate.
Temporary.
We have a favourite song as a band.
That's better than any of the Beatles have like ever came out with.
So do you not like just like the normal like John Lennon, George Harrison like soft ballady kind of things? Is that just like?
I mean, I love it, but
I do. Yeah.
Temporary Secretary by Paul McCartney is absolutely insane and
arguably
invented hyperpop.
Ooh.
Listen to it.
So I'm going to be clipping that one afterwards.
Listen to it.
But I think
he's give Paul McCartney a plug.
I reckon
He'll appreciate it.
guys, go check out Paul McCartney.
Go on the pod. Go on the pod.
Local artist.
Before you kick the bucket.
I think
grassroots artists.
Yeah,
There we
I
go.
think
We're supporting Paul McCartney.
much better video idea is just you also get more videos out of it. Is just like doing your favorite album from each year of each decade. I think.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, that's what one because we did best album of 1980 and that did well.
Yeah.
There's so many options.
Yeah,
But we could I think,
But
what
we
yours
could just
is-
do every year from then till now and before. Best album of 1750.
How long is the video going to be? I think we were on about like a long form video.
No, as in like
You could do it on
right,
short
yeah,
form, but like
Could you do like, say you did like what from 98 to 45 shorts of like 45 of your favorite album from that year, and then collate it into a video and try pick one album from each decade?
nice, good idea. God, we might have to hire you guys as our creative
Yeah, well.
directors. That would be actually good
difficult
though.
anyway though. So
Yeah, because you have
Yeah.
to do an album of the year for years we weren't even
It'd be so hard.
yeah.
I
It'd be
think.
hard.
for way over.
Do you know how
half.
many people have commented that? You're like, we've done like stuff like best live album of all time and stuff, and then we just get the only people who ever do hate comments and stuff. It's like just 50-year-old men, and it'll either be
Oh mate.
couple of 20-year-old idiots talking about stuff that they weren't even there for, ridiculous,
Mate,
or
yeah,
people,
it always is
or people going, guys, it's time to realise no one cares. Get a real job.
And then they're funny, but like, and now like there was one we did, and it was like best albums from the 60s or something. And there's people out there that are just like, well, how do we know? Well, I mean, streaming services exist.
Yes.
Like,
You can still
I
listen
might
to
have
it.
listened to more albums from the 60s than the guys commenting, and it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Stupid.
My favourite one we ever got was the one where I said that I can't get into Genesis.
yeah.
And the guy like pretty much commented, fucking ridiculous.
Mate,
Couple of talentless idiots talking on the internet thinking that anyone cares. Shut up.
people get outraged, like really outraged.
I've
Like,
never understood like
we
the
like
hating
His
comments.
Early
profile, picture
on-
was his profile picture was Batman with a beard. So that
of
just
course,
says-
of course.
yeah.
Early on,
Yeah.
early on, we like on some of the reels we posted and stuff, like the drummer one, like all the hate comments was usually by middle-aged, probably rock, like dad rock people, most likely. But they said that we were shit and like talentless, and
that was-
Charlie had pastrami hands.
Why are you holding it like a piece of pastrami?
Yeah, I'd actually argue that the hate comments that younger people leave are often more creative and funny.
Yeah,
Whereas, like,
yeah.
and they
Yeah.
actually aren't probably that annoyed or like.
No, they're just
disgusted
doing
by
it to
the
be
concept.
funny.
On one of our first videos, my brother commented and he got like people to like reply to it, backing him up saying, scroll, the one in the grey jumper, me, is known in my area for having public baths in wheelie bins and
But stuff like that is just more funny. Whereas like
Yeah.
I couldn't
Inventive,
imagine
yeah.
like being 50 years old. I might have to this take might.
I hate these
like,
guys.
But I couldn't imagine commenting on some like teenagers
No,
podcast,
no.
just being like
Something better
talentless
to do.
idiot. It's like all right, mate. Like you're telling us to get a job, but at the same time you are just sat there commenting on like.
It's 2:30 on a Wednesday and you're commenting on it.
Like, come on.
Yeah,
It's sad.
yeah, that's
Take like your takes or like anyone's takes just to heart.
Music's-
I mean, we sometimes like say mainly about films like outrageous takes or whatever. Obviously, like we have like a crazy reaction just because it's funny. Like arguing like properly about something that doesn't really matter. It's just funny. But then like some people like actually get like seething over it and
Yeah.
genuine hate just because someone doesn't like an album.
I just think the part of the fun is like when you're with your mates, like arguing. Like we just genuinely enjoy debating about like music and
Oh,
stuff.
We
yeah,
enjoy
we do,
shouting
yeah.
at each other and hurting each other's feelings.
It's just like bickering in it for the sake of
Yeah.
like trying to rile each other up.
And that's fun. But it's like when you've not got that connection with someone, especially through the internet, and you can tell that they're not doing it to have a bit of banter with you. They're actually like seething. It's just like
yeah.
The thing is,
Take a step back.
people love music so much that you associate certain music and stuff with yourself because like
course.
if you like love an album or something, you might associate it with some really fond memories of like a certain time in your life. So if someone insults that album or artist, it feels like
Yeah.
an insult to you. So people get,
So-
but then also like chill out.
Yeah, of course. I
just an
think it
opinion.
is just like the like personal nature
Yeah.
of music. Like people, because they love it so much. If you like don't get it or you like slag it off a little bit,
Yeah,
like they feel like it's a personal attack almost.
yeah, definitely.
But I think once it gets to a point of like listening to so much music, you sort of just accept that kind of not all music, but like it's people can enjoy music whichever way they want. Really, like I don't really
Exactly.
care.
Of course.
I don't really care what people like or if they like what I like. They can listen to whatever they want.
yeah. As much as I'm like
Really good
very
message.
much facts, very motivational. As much as I like everyone to like what I like, especially with you. We're both the same with that. We're always trying to put each other onto different things, and then if we don't like it, we're like, oh, how don't you get it?
Yeah.
But like in the grand scheme of things, I think it's again being a bit motivational. It's why music is so exciting because it's interpreted differently by every person.
Yeah.
So
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. I stuttered a bit. There'll be a few ums and ums.
A lot of ink.
Yes, it's a waste. But yeah, a bit of a full circle to what we were on about earlier and about how maybe your style has evolved with the music.
Mm-hmm.
We get a little bit of an insight on your new single that's coming. Oh. What sound is that going for?
Or is that too cheeky?
That's too cheeky to pose the question.
Should I tell you which one it is? Because obviously you've seen us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first one. First one we play.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that then. I'd have probably said that anyway, but
it's more like just what's the genre like? Just like not hard rock, but like I don't know. It's got like samba influence, like Southern American influence, and it's fun. It's fast. There's a breakdown in the middle.
Yeah,
which is
sounds
great.
good.
It's just fun. Like it's not. It's like a very similar riff throughout, but it's not repetitive. I don't think, mainly because of the vocals, and then it kind of switches parts quite often.
Yeah.
In drop D as well, so it's heavy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is there anything you can tell us about meaning behind it, if there is one, or creative process and how it came about, or is that a secret?
What do you mean, lyrically or
as a whole? You can do lyrically, yeah.
So pretty much, well, most of my lyrics probably read as drivel, to be fair, but it's like each verse covers like a different like character, and they all like are very different people, and they all use a different sort of substance to sort of get them through the day. So like
cornflakes.
Anthony, there's the first verse. He's addicted to cigarettes and cocaine. What a guy. And second verse, it covers stuff from like that, like serious, and then the second one is just a teacher who like having a glass of wine after she gets home from work is what makes like
my mum.
Her, you know,
everyone's mum's a teacher.
Not my mum. Not my mum.
Yeah. Ruin it.
But yeah, and then every verse is just a different thing like that, from like prescription drugs to
that's cool.
Illegal drugs.
Yeah, not like any drugs are cool, but like,
and then the chorus is quite catchy, and it's like basically saying the drug to them almost becomes better than all the other sort of like mundane things about life.
That's a cool concept.
I'm glad that there's some music coming out that actually has some thought behind it, instead of say what you say, I'm a rock and roll star today. That's my favourite. Bill Klein.
Didn't you get them off like AI generator or something?
Oh, yeah. Chat GPT job. No.
You need to cover my ear, Max, rather than like.
Make it quick.
Stinks in there.
Yeah, we're strictly like anti-AI.
Yeah, we are as well.
Yeah,
it is useful. I think. I think it's obviously like, I think it's lazy, but it's also, I think it just puts someone else out of a job or out of a chance to be creative. So it's why like our single cover for Rusty Old Tavern is, well, it's just canvas painting, is up in our living room, and then like the single art is also a painting as well.
Yeah,
just because I think it's cooler. Like AI, I think morally isn't good. I think there's different levels, because there's like ChatGPT. I don't use it, but it's like, it can be useful.
Yeah,
I just don't really believe in like creative AI tools.
Yeah. I agree. We debate with our friend on this, because he says like with some like AI rap stuff and stuff, he's like, we'll actually like listen to it, and it's like in his playlist and stuff like AI generated rap, and I'm like, what? But it's like, it still sounds as good. Whereas we're just like, I understand it might, but as much as you listen to music because it sounds good, you listen to it for that reason, because it sounds so good and it's unbelievable that humans made it.
Yeah.
So when something sounds so good, but there's no actual...
No soul.
I think that's what it is. There's no soul.
And also, like, a lot of the time when you listen to music, you buy into the artist as well. You like them. Like, that's arguably just as important as what you're listening to.
Yeah.
Especially for like deeper diving music fans.
Yeah.
Which I'd class as all as like.
Yeah.
A lot of people, if you're just getting your like playlist off like Spotify's like recommendations and stuff, maybe you won't care as much.
Yeah.
But for like, if you're deep and diving, you've got to be into the artist as well. But AI just takes that aspect out, which is why I don't think I could truly connect.
Yeah,
to
I also
AI
think
generated art.
if you're liking like what AI is generating music wise, why not just listen to the artist it's ripping?
Well, exactly. That's what I said.
Yeah.
And the artist Max is referring to, Playboy Carti, again, just released his new
Didn't
album.
want to give him any airtime.
No.
But he's literally just released a 30-song album.
Yeah.
But
Terrible.
I'm calling Drew out. Drew, who we referenced earlier in the video as well.
Mr. Invisible.
He will still listen to some of the like AI like leaks and stuff that are coming out around the same era. You've just got 30 new songs.
Yeah.
Like artists releasing a 30-song album is pretty unheard of anyway, because that's a wedge. But like, and he still doesn't put him off.
I don't really get it because like when you were saying like about the soul and stuff, like when you hear like music, it like evokes like a response from you like emotionally.
Yeah.
And like, well, I don't know, like I feel like that comes from the performance in the music. It comes from the person who's like actually made the music and like curated it together. And like I don't know, like I couldn't physically like see myself sitting and listening to like an AI piece.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, this is like, I'm gonna fucking get down with this. Like, you know what I mean?
Hold on. Just listen to this bit.
I don't know. It's a really complex like sort of debate to have. Like, there's a lot of strings to it. But
do you remember when? So we use DistroKid for our things, and like you were able to like go through like other like random songs. There was one song and it was this jazz song, and I went to like a playlist of them, flicked through like a bunch of them, and it's just like called like calm and jazz or whatever. Flicked through all of them. I figured out all of them are AI. Every single song on there was AI because every single song had the same progression and they were just like transposed to a different key. So there's just going to be a bloating of just AI music when like there's like, it's probably not my favorite type of jazz, but just like lounge jazz. There's definitely like so many good albums that have like thought and soul put into it. But like this is pushed by Spotify, this AI playlist of just
Spotify needs to sort it out.
They do.
I'll have a word.
More ways than one, really.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. But that is a rabbit hole to get down into. Another time we'd be here for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Jaco Pastorius. That's the basis I was thinking at the start.
What perfect timing! What perfect timing!
That's it.
I thought that was what you
I was
were
waiting for that to come.
I'm glad it came within the in the video. What I was going to say, you've got some upcoming gigs. One of them I am organising. Hence the plug.
Businessman.
Has your set list changed for these? What were to expect?
Oh man. There's going to be some new songs. I think we might still play like the old stuff, like the singles, but there's going to be like new songs. We were working on one the other day and it was awful because it's
good in a good way.
Really hard, but we'll get it. There should be some new songs and it should be good.
Exciting.
It's quite proggy, jazzy thing. It's difficult.
I'm gonna be a proud man for putting that on the night.
It's all merging together like more cohesively. So
good. Well, that is good to hear. If you want to get tickets, I'll link it in the description. But also follow Synergy.events on Instagram, and also what's your Instagram, guys?
Señor Pink Band.
Señor Pink Band.
Follow them. Any other plugs you want to drop in while the cameras are on?
Oh God.
Any shout outs?
Oh, find them Señor Pink on Spotify as well.
Let me shout out more local bands.
Okay.
You got Hitless, Substandards, Private Reg, Normal Village. Let me think of more. Help, please. Mascara's Lies are Teesside, but they do play in Leeds.
Eddie hates everyone anyway.
I don't. The grassroots.
I've seen that.
It's the arena zone.
He's above that.
Yeah. It's all too noisy.
But yeah, I feel like if you check those bands out, just look at their socials and they'll be linked to other great bands in the local scene.
Perfect.
Just fall down a rabbit hole, man. There's some great bands out there.
Just go to a gig and see who's on.
Go to gigs. Go to gigs.
Especially on the 4th and 5th of April, because these guys are playing. Please the 5th. It's why am I looking at your camera?
We're headlining.
Hey.
I keep looking at the screen.
Yeah, they're headlining on the 5th.
5th.
Hyde Park Book Club. It's going to be a big night.
Hopefully we'll see you then.
A new single out the night before, so it's the first day of the
Can I do
release.
the outro? I've got something good to say.
Do whatever you want.
Thank you so much for coming. We've been the Scorching Hot Takes podcast. Señor Pink have been even hotter. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.
Crickets.
Bye. Can't find them, so we're having an air horn. Bye.
Cheers.